awareness, life, lifestyle, health, unity, rhythm, and advocacy. You're now tuned into Allhura, insight, impact, and inspiration.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome to our very first episode of Allhura. Allhura, as you all can see, is a program that is going to be based on different segments: awareness, life, lifestyle, health, unity, rhythm, and advocacy. I am your host, Alejandra Marquez, and we are thrilled to have you join us to embark on this journey of our different segments for this program. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects every single person in Dominica: road safety. While our beautiful island may be unique for not having any streetlights, this makes understanding and respecting street signs even more than any other place. It's a critical thing that we have to do. And of course, we have um, our guest, Mrs. Relda Andre, and she has been officer, fireman officer for the past 20 years. And we want to welcome her to our first program today. Ms. Andre brings us wealth of knowledge and certification are brought about with a first hand on in any emergency management, defensive driving management, operational management, human resource management, fire prevention techniques and inspection, triage IELTS, certificate first aid CPR, and other meaningful experiences, which is added to our slate and be a drive instructor for many years. He is one of the proprietaries of Accra's Driving School and works as a theory and practical driving instructor. We are more than ready to partner with business to create a safer driving experience. But that's not all. Mrs. Andres also PRO and secretary of the Dominica Driving School Instructors Association, and is able to continue working and educating the general public every Monday to Friday on traffic tips on Kyrie FM. It's an honor. Welcome to our first program. So, yes. So, first of all, we want to know what actually brought you to be fire officer.
Okay, welcome to our listeners. Welcome to those viewing by the medium. And my name, as it was rightly said by the host, Relda Andre. And I am very much elated to tell you why Unify. It's the niche and the love people. It's the hand that stretched out. When I was a young child, I always loved community involvement in the churches, to help in the communities, help the elderly, persons with disabilities. It's always a pleasure to see you bring some warmth. I always told myself, what can I do? My teachers used to say, you need to work in an office because you write very well, you speak very well. But this was not my way. I chose my own way. And I said, if I'm not a police officer, then I have to become a fire officer. And I went on to doing this successful career goal. And today, I have been doing it. It's part of my life. It's my career goal. That's my career development. And it has given me great pleasure to serve and to be a patriotic Dominican, of which I am. I serve the public every day. I don't have to know you. But once I reach to your home, I bring some love. I bring bubbly energy and everything that you can. So the love being a fire officer is passionate to me. Just helping, rescue, making sure that you can bring that taste of warmth to a home. And this is what I was as a young child. Growing up now, it is a reality. And I can't stop helping. I love everything that I have.
That's why you're blessed. Yes. Okay. Very good.
Yes.
So now going to our safeties, I mean, what is there? The like the what will you tell people about what they should do when it comes to safety? For example, first in driving, like for people that are driving, what recommendations do you give them for them to, I mean, to keep it safe on the road?
Okay. Well, having been a driver at the fire department where I drove the ambulance for many years and still is a driver, I realized that driving is something is supposed to be a passion, a skill. So what I have done is to have a bus service with my husband, and I used to drive the bus. And women would come to me and tell me, I love the way that you drive. I would want you one day to teach me. I never thought I would be a driving instructor because how could I? Because I could only drive for me and to take people safely home. But then I realized women wanted that support. They wanted that someone that could give them a structure where they could drive safe. So I looked around in Dominica and I saw myself saying that, oh, there's something I could do differently, not just take people to safe at the hospital or to the homes or the health centers, but I can surely teach somebody something. So I went on to doing some further studies as to how to become a defensive driver, how to do emergency management and stuff. So that gave me that zeal to build a career platform. So when I saw that niche, I decided, you know what? It's been 10 years now since we have been in existence, Athens Driving School. And we are not only teaching people to drive, we educate them about the basic aspects of maintenance of their vehicle. We ensure that we speak to them about helping to be confident or being very what do you call it, controlled mind. Your mind have to be controlled. You have to be patient. Anything that you're doing, you don't rush it. So we talk you through it. We have a conversation. We become a family. First, before I put you behind. And I break down everything, the basic things that you ought to do before. And from there, I saw myself as growing and growing. And I keep on doing courses and keep on elevating myself because I don't just want to teach people to drive. I want to know the safe things that I can say to people and teach them the right way of being a safe and prudent driver and smarter driver. So that is what intrigued me, to be honest. And right now I have been doing it for, well, the theory aspect of it. Right now I have a classroom online that I do with my students, and I work very closely with the traffic department and with the news people, the Cairo FM, and go to trade the whole traffic tip every morning. So this has been a platform. So when you're going to do a platform for sugar diabetes, or you want to take a platform where you can help a young child to develop them skills or empowerment. So this is where my platform lies. And I always tell myself I love to teach. I love to teach. I love to communicate. I love something. I love involvement. I love to use my hands. I love to use my body language. So as you can see, I'm using my hands because I'm able to think and flow. Yeah. Just sitting there I will not get it right. But then I realized women is my forte. I'm sowing that seed where I can bring women as than I am.
So you speak on women, and we go into pedestrians. So what is the advice for pedestrians?
Okay, being a pedestrian, you actually have to walk on the road. Pedestrian, anyone who uses the road via means of walking. So you walking on the road, you are not a vehicle. So it's incumbent on you as a pedestrian to ensure that your eye contact is made with the driver prior to you wanting to cross. What if there is no crosswalk? Where is there is no pedestrian crossing on the road? Are you going to risk yourself by just moving forward, or are you going to take control of your personal safety? So we advise pedestrians before actually moving or taking a chance to cross a busy street or a road or a lane, you should look ahead, look towards the traffic, look behind you, ensure that there's no upcoming vehicles if there is not a pedestrian. But if there is a pedestrian crossing, it is mindful that all pedestrians should ensure that they stand before, ensure that eye contact is made and the driver has come to complete stop. And from there, you are advised to cross briskly, ensure that you're on a safe path. So this is my advice to all pedestrians using the road on a busy day.
And what do you think is the common bad habits that people have on the roads? What is the most common ones that experience of speed in the streets? I mean, what are the bad habits that people do, like the drivers or pedestrians? I mean, so we can see, okay, how do we work for them to, I mean, lower those common bad habits?
Okay. I have observed that a lot of drivers do not respect pedestrians. They have not been respecting pedestrians. And the right of the pedestrian is always first because you can't bring back life. You cannot regain your life. You can buy another vehicle, buy a part. We realize that the honking of horns are being forced on pedestrians to walk very fast or not having regard for the pedestrian. At the school zones, you have children walking on the side of the road, vehicles will pass without even acknowledging that the child or person is on the road, to allow them to give safe or clear movement. So we are asking persons who are drivers, be careful. Allow the pedestrians the right to cross, allow them to have a safe place. You are in your vehicle, you feel that it's comfortable for you, but what about me that's walking on the road? Are you just going to tell me get off the road? I'm human. I'm supposed to use the road just like a vehicle. Though they are not always proper footpaths, as we have seen around Roseau and environs, we don't have proper footpaths. So most of the times persons have to get into the road to move from point to point. So we are advising that the respect for pedestrians need to be empowered, and I think laws need to be implemented to ensure that pedestrian has the right and the right of way when there is crossing or if there is not a crossing.
Okay,
Sometime last week I had that problem. Like 6 cars passed before somebody actually stops and let you pass, right? I mean, drivers should be a little bit more respectful with the pedestrians. I agree with that.
I believe that better educational focus should be made so that persons are aware of how they should use the road, how well and how fast or how careful you should use the road. I think the medium, which is the internet, we have WhatsApp, we have the radio stations, we have TikTok. There should be programs. We should be able to put programs in place with whoever is responsible with the traffic department, work in collaboration with them, and see how we can do more educational programs and to enforce how safe persons should use the road and how pedestrians should know the right of a pedestrian, and to ensure that we can get Dominica on its safest when it comes to personal safety of pedestrians.
So when I love TikTok, so when I see educational stuff about traffic, I'll sit down and watch and something. If I encounter that on the street, I'll say, but I saw that on TikTok, so I know.
Just to add to what we are saying, I believe that we should start educating from a very tender age. You don't have to become an adult when you're ready to drive to know who is a pedestrian, what's the right of a pedestrian. But we have what you call the driver's manual, which is available in Dominica as we speak. You can get a copy at the printery, or you can get a copy from the driver's instructors who are making it available. And what we can do, enforce it to ensure that we have a driver's ed at the school level and at the college, so we can educate young persons of road safety and road procedures. Because it's not when you get your license alone, you should know what road signs. It should be a part of your upbringing. That's our everyday lifestyle. Some persons, they use vehicles, some persons, they walk, some persons use bicycles, motorcycles, motorbikes. We need to educate and have educational forums that will help our people and generally the public to be more educated as to what the road has to offer. Because the road is an important way for us to traverse from point A to point B.